Go.
Okay, welcome back to another episode of Fantasy Football. We're going to be talking today about some key games going on this weekend. We also are going to go over some coaches on the hot seat that have been kind of messing up this year, and it might be their last year in a head coaching position. We're also going to go over some fantasy dilemmas that a few people have talked to us about, as well as some tight ends that you should definitely start this week. And there we go. All right, Ryan. So, our first order of business. Go ahead. All right. First order of business is key games, man. So, the first key game, if you will be so polite, what do we got?
We got Seahawks versus the Chiefs.
Okay. I like that game. I like that matchup.
Just basically, how is Alex Smith going to handle that defense?
All right. And so I'm going to say this. Alex Smith is not a great quarterback. I think we've established that throughout his career. He's not at all worthy of a number one pick that he was. But he doesn't create turnovers, right?
True.
And this year, I think we are kind of at a point where Seattle is this myth, and they're not proving the myth correct.
True.
This year, they're not a bad defense by any means, but they're not the fabled myth that they're supposed to be.
Nobody's afraid of him anymore.
Yeah,
I
I don't even think Richard Sherman has a pick here this year.
No, he does have one.
He has one?
I think 2 games ago.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it was against the Giants actually.
Okay.
But he's coming to his own. I mean, it's probably 8 games into the season now.
Okay.
9, so we'll see how it goes. But Jamal Charles running the ball like he is, and
Right.
I don't know about that Seahawks passing game.
Man. They're doing bad. Russell Wilson's looking like he has to do everything himself now.
And that shouldn't be the case because we have an outstanding running back.
Right. Hey, Marshawn.
Just continue doing what you do, just hand the ball.
Right.
That's what you're paying for.
But okay, so what I think we should base it. We should preface what I'm about to say with this. They know they're going to run the ball. They don't have anything else. They have Russell Wilson, but he's not passing anyway. Doug Baldwin and Javon Curse are the #1 and 2 options. Like who are they? You know what I mean? But on top of that, I think that Marshawn is so good that even if you do sack the box, he's going to get over it.
Yeah. I mean, case in point, the last game that he played.
Yeah.
The Giants stacked the box. There were 9 people in there. They're still running the ball. They kept getting them with the option, which they just introduced into their scheme last week. So that's the other thing, because I don't think Kansas City's defense is adapted to that style of game yet, because they haven't played anybody that does that style of game. I mean, that's like fresh out of college, quarterback trying to get used to.
We're talking about Russell.
Yes.
Okay.
Because I mean, they're doing the straight option play.
Yeah.
So he runs, he attacks the end bites, pitches the ball.
Right.
So it's one of those games where it's good for your running back.
Yeah.
And Marshawn Lynch is your best running back. So
Okay, so will it hurt you if I ask you to give me his stats from last week? Or should I say them? Ladies and gentlemen, Marshawn Lynch had a career game last week. He had 168 yards and 4 touchdowns against the New York Giants. And hey, it happens to the best of us. Ben fucking Roethlisberger threw 6 touchdowns against our defense.
that's true.
So,
They haven't had good games against somebody, and it just so happened to be us.
Yeah. It sucks. But me and Ronnie have discussed this before the camera started rolling, that this game is pretty much going to be old school football. Your defense is going to play defense on both sides of the ball. I think Kansas City is capable at least of holding up against a weak passing and very, very strong running. And on the flip side, I think Seattle will hold up pretty well. I know Jamal Charles, I don't know what his yards are right now, but he's always great.
Yeah. And I mean, their run defense is terrible,
Right.
but it's something to watch out for.
Yeah, exactly. All right, stripes. Dane Davis' stripes. Okay, so give me your prediction, man. What do you think?
Good grief. I'm gonna go. I think Seattle will be able to take it out just because of how they introduced this whole new scheme.
Yeah. I know. They like it.
But I think it'll be Seattle. Seattle definitely. I think it'll be a close game. I think it'll end probably within a touchdown or two. But
Okay.
I think it'll be a defensive struggle.
Yeah.
And then something's going to happen where Marshawn maybe breaks off two running touchdowns, maybe even catches one.
Okay. So you give him 3?
I'm giving Marshawn at least 2 scores.
I'm starting Marshawn Lynch this week, basically. Because I mean, you don't ever not start him.
You can't.
All right. Oh wow, wow. So because I don't like Seattle, I'm gonna give you that. But you moved it. I saw it.
It's on camera. Yeah, it's on camera.
Because I don't like Seattle, and because they have limited weapons. I know Russell Wilson's good. I think he's good. I don't think he's great, and I think Alex Smith will limit his turnovers enough to get the job done. Dwayne Bowe is not in the picture really, but he is. He's still got not necessarily game plan for him, but you got to worry about him.
Yeah.
They got this dude, Travis Kelce, who we'll talk about a little later, that is, a revelation in the brain trust or whatever.
Yeah.
He's amazing. So you got to watch out for him too. So you can't just worry about Jamal Charles. And on top of that, Niall Davis, even if you manage to game plan Jamal out, Niall Davis' backup is kind of tight.
You can't really game plan for both of them.
Yeah. So
especially both of them in the backfield at the same time. What do you do?
Do they run that way?
They can.
Okay, right. So I'm taking Kansas City. I also think it's gonna be a close game.
Okay.
So I'm gonna say 17-21 Kansas City.
Okay.
So I think it's close, and get this, I'm gonna go ahead and put this on record. Seahawks are gonna be driving last 3 minutes of the game to come back. Somebody's gonna fuck up. I don't know if it's Marshawn Lynch throwing a fumble. I don't know if Wilson's gonna get hit in the backfield trying to get a bomb off. I think that a turnover is gonna mess that game up for him.
Okay.
Yeah. Who's next?
Let's go Lions Cardinals.
Lions who?
Lions Cardinals.
Woo!
Now this is a true test. NFC slobber knocker.
Yeah.
Unsung hero of the Detroit Lions.
Right.
Where'd they come
City of Detroit, man. You gotta get them up on their feet.
And then you have Arizona.
Out of freaking nowhere.
The silent killer.
Yeah.
They came out of nowhere, started the season, what was it, 4-0? 5-0?
Yeah, and then only have lost 2 games.
So,
Both teams have only lost 2 games. Because Lions have already taken their bye.
Okay.
So both teams are 7-2, 8-2.
Well.
Yeah.
Alright.
How do you feel, man?
This game is, it's tough. I don't know. Because it's honestly, it's going to be the one-on-one battle between Patrick Peterson and Calvin Johnson.
Yeah.
And last year, when these 2 teams played, Calvin Johnson, I think maybe caught 2 passes.
Oh, he whooped it. Really? Peterson won?
2 passes.
Oh, wow.
So, that's what I'm saying. It may kind of go the same way, but because now Detroit has other options with Golden Tate, they have Reggie Bush in the backfield, they have all of these exactly, they have all of these weapons that now it's going to be, can the Cardinals shut down everybody else and stop Calvin Johnson? Because Calvin Johnson has already told his patrons who have drafted him in fantasy football to just start him.
Right.
This is a new season for him. He was off for 5 weeks. He's feeling better. I mean, he put up almost 19 points last week. So I think this is going to be a good game for him. This is going to be this is going to test to see if he's really Megatron or not.
But this is team football. This is not fantasy.
I understand.
So, can they do enough? Can the Stafford-Johnson combo do enough to win this game?
Yes.
Okay. This is where I disagree with you. And I understand that it's going to be a ridiculously close game. The one thing that I think will overpower the Detroit Lions is the no-fly zone, man. So in addition to Patrick Peterson, who's amazing, I'm giving him that.
You call everybody that name.
That's them.
I know.
They're the birds,
I
man.
know.
You got the Honey Badger,
Yeah.
who is good.
Yeah.
He's good. You got Chrome Hardy on the other side. He's the number 2. When you have Chrome Hardy as your number 2, you're not too bad.
That's true.
Okay? And then I don't remember who their strong safety is, but I know that he's good. He's not great, but he's good.
I mean, their defense is solid.
Yeah.
They are ranked one of the best defenses, and that's, I think, with those plays that you named, it sums up everything because even their front four are pretty decent.
Right.
I mean, they're a solid team.
Yeah.
And I mean, they work together, which is something that the Seahawks did last year.
Right.
This year you don't see it. So I think that, I mean, the Cardinals they're a team to watch out for.
Yeah.
They do have weaknesses. It just depends on the quarterback and if you can find them.
Let's go and talk about that then, because Carson fucking Palmer is out for the year.
Yes, he is.
May even consider retiring, I've heard. So, because it's his second ACL tear, he's going to be doing permanent damage from now on. But let's think about this. So, Stanton was in the beginning of the year, played 4 games, I think, went 3-1. I think that it comes down to the coaching. It's your shot, though.
Is it?
Yeah, I've been waiting for you to take a shot.
Oh, okay.
I think it comes down to the coaching, man. And don't get me wrong, I love the head coach for the Detroit Lions, Jim Caldwell. Used to be our offensive coordinator. Got us to the Super Bowl. He's dope. Okay, but Bruce Arians is better, I think. So let's go ahead on
1 minute.
1 minute. All right, so let's talk about. You want to talk about the Eagles or the Giants?
So
Eagles in Green Bay. Go ahead. Tell me what you feel.
this game, I don't know. Mark Sanchez is stepping up. He's got it when he has to. But then you have, solid, stout Aaron Rodgers that has already told his fans wants to shut the hell up.
Yeah, relax, dude.
Let him do what he does.
It's what I does.
So, I mean, this game is going to be a blowout. Green Bay.
Green Bay. You take Green Bay. I think Chip Kelly does a great job. I think you're right though. Aaron Rodgers is fucking unstoppable right now. And you mix into that bag Jordy Nelson, you mix into that bag Eddie Lacy, I think that game calls us up.
Yeah, basically.
Alright. So what do you think? I think that was 1 minute. Huh. Yeah, that's still recording. Yeah, like 3.